Today is really a special day. It's 6 a.m. in Italy, so it's pretty early. And I have this friend of mine. He sung for me for my birthday. I really loved that. He's a developer. He also is trying to grow a very good dev community. And we'll talk about this in this video. Namaste, Nirbhay. And how are you?
Namaste, Francesco. Francesco, I learned it, how
Nice.
to pronounce your name. I'm fine, thank you. What about you? How are you?
I'm fine. I just woke up and I had a shower, and yeah, I'm just talking to you. Usually I go for a walk on running, but today you saved me from that because it's also pretty cold outside. So thank you. Yeah.
That's actually crazy that you actually
Uh,
woke up. Actually, I think you wake up pretty early mostly.
yeah, at 5 a.m. or 4:30. It depends. It's not always the same, but yeah. And yeah, I'd like to introduce yourself maybe to some people that who doesn't know you, who still doesn't follow you. So
Absolutely.
yeah, please tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you? And mostly also how you became a developer, how you started coding. I think this is really important for people who is watching this one.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So hello everyone. I'm Nirbhay
Hi.
Vashisht. I'm a developer from India. I'm currently pursuing computer science engineering
Hmm.
from Delhi, India. And let's talk about how I became a developer. It all started 4 years ago. In India, there is a system in schools like 10 plus 2. When you complete 10th, you have to choose a major and uh, choose a stream like it's commerce, arts, or science. So I knew that I wanted science stream. So obviously, I took science stream. Now I had to choose a major. So I thought I saw the list and I saw computer science there. It kind of intrigued me, so I chose it. Let's see how it goes. So I took computer science in class 11th, and I almost failed in every exam. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure. Actually, that's development here. That if you don't love development, then you cannot do programming. I think you have to grow a passion to be a developer. So I almost failed in every computer science exam, and then I passed at finals, and then I got promoted to class 12th, which is the final year of school life in India. So when I came, I started 12th. I freaked out. Like I don't have to repeat this. I don't want to fail in that exam. Like it's about my life. So I started
Hmm.
studying computer science in class 12, and interestingly enough, my first programming language was C++, which is considered a very difficult language for beginners. So I started computer science in class 12th, I'll say. I studied it, I worked hard. Then it started growing on me. I started liking the concepts. When But mostly I was just building console applications in C++. Yeah, I think you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
was
know.
not building GUI. So in class 12, I scored 95 out of 100, which was second highest in my school. So that was really amazing. Uh, I started loving the subject computer science from class 12. Then after 12th, I knew I wanted to do engineering, so I took computer science major again. Uh, in the first year, we were just coding in C. Again, I was just building console applications. In the second year, we learned Java and C++. Then I started liking Java. Ironically, I think mostly everyone hates it. I actually hated it in the beginning, but I tried Python, then I didn't quite like its syntax, all the tabs and spaces, indentation. I don't know. I just thought it wasn't for me. So I started doing Java again. Then I kind of liked it because it was the first time in my development experience that I was building a GUI instead of just a console application, which was really like confidence boosting, and it was good for my passion. Like I could see what I could actually build something useful, uh, which is
Yeah.
ironic. You can do a lot from console applications. I know now, but I didn't know back then. So
Yeah.
I started coding in Java, but still I was mostly doing data structures and algorithms.
Mhm.
And Java is actually a very vast language. You have to learn a lot. Multi. I don't think web developers mostly use Java. There are lots of
No, it
concepts like
depends.
multi-threading which are not in web development.
Mhm.
So I started coding in Java. Then I I thought that it wasn't for me now. So I heard about this new technology called Flutter.
Hmm.
It was very recent. Like I think it launched in 2000, in the beginning of 2019, right? First public release was in the
Yeah.
beginning of 2019.
Yeah. It's.
So I started. I guess I
Mhm.
started. I picked up Flutter and I started making some apps, Android apps, and I started liking it.
Nice.
When you see the result, what you are building, you actually start loving what you're doing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
then by the end of my first year, I
Mhm.
started going to meetups, uh, my local
Oh,
communities.
this is very.
I started attending meetups. That was the biggest breakthrough in my journey. I met so many amazing people. Like still at this point, I was coding alone. I didn't have that many friends who were programmers. So I was pretty much coding on my own. But when I started going to meetups, I met so many amazing developers. I saw what they were doing, and then my imposter syndrome kicked in. Uh,
Yeah.
I I I wasn't doing that well, looking with through my peers.
Mhm.
So I started going to meetups. I made some amazing friends, developer friends, and I joined different communities. I joined Microsoft Student Partners, which is now Microsoft Learn
Mm.
Student Ambassadors.
Nice.
So one day, uh, am I saying too much, or should I
No, no, no.
explain briefly?
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm listening to you. Yeah, I've just one thing to ask to you. I seen one picture with you with Gagan.
Yes, yes, yes.
Gagan. Yeah, I see.
Gagan, yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, he's really amazing. I want him also in this show. I'll try to convince him later.
Uh, uh,
let's see if he
let's
says
see.
yes.
I'll
Yeah,
talk about him too.
yeah, yeah.
He's one of my closest friends, and it's
Nice.
crazy how we met. So I joined Microsoft Student Partners, and they were conducting a meetup of Microsoft Student Partners in Delhi.
Mhm.
So it was in a college which was also hosting a hackathon. I'd never
Nice.
attended a hackathon, but at this point I just went to meetups. So
Mhm.
I attended the meetup, and I made some friends there, Microsoft Student Partners, and one of them asked me that, Hey Nirbhay, do you want to attend this hackathon with us? Uh, I was baffled. Like a hackathon, I was just there for. I just went there for a few hours, and they were asking me to stay overnight and for 2 days. I
Nice.
wasn't prepared for it. I called my parents and I asked them that, hey, I explained them the concept of hackathon, what is hackathon, and what do we have to do there. and we have to stay there. Hey,
that you were not doing anything illegal.
yes, yes, yes.
Because they say
Mummy, I just
hackathon. Yeah, it sounds like that you.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm
and
just
overnight, so it sounds pretty illegal to who doesn't know that.
yes. My parents are pretty supportive, but they are not from science background. So I explained them for 15 minutes that, hey, I was here for a few hours, but now I'm staying for over a night here with my friends that I just met. So they were not excited, but they allowed me. So we were just three people, and we needed one more. So one of them uh, said that I know a person who can come on short notice, and he called him, and that was Gagan.
Right. That's
So I
great.
met Gag.
Oh,
So I met Gagan on a hackathon.
no,
I don't talk to those two other people now, and Gagan and me are very close friends.
this is yeah, it's really great that when I do this sort of calls, every time I learn something new about you all. I learn new things because sometimes you don't tweet about this every day. So, but it's
Yes,
for example, this is really a great story. Yeah. So now I definitely I want him in this show. So now it's not an if anymore. Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So the complete experience of hackathon was it changed my life. That environment was so energetic. Like you see developers building, developers of your age came there, who came here from all over the country, and they are building amazing software products. They are staying up overnight, and they are building an actual production level software with bugs, but within 2 days. that that changed my life. Like, I started loving this community. I fell in love with hackathons. I fell in love with developer community. So that was basically the changing point. That would say that was my origin story. That's how I fell
Nice.
in love with programming. Yeah.
Oh, no, no, this is really a great story because I think that the programming, the coding, one disadvantage that it has that it can be boring if you do this just alone in your house during overnight. Yeah, you feel a bit alone. Yeah, instead, yeah, we need really to boost this idea that we are really strong community, and every person who have done these video calls, they all agree on this that the developer community is really a strong one. Yeah, we help each other. Yeah, for example, I've talked with Stefan. He came from business
Yes,
activities,
yes,
so
marketing.
yeah, from marketing. And he says that the developer community is better because we have more. It says that it should be very harder to do the same thing for marketing, like a GitHub thing for marketing. It would be almost impossible to do. Okay, so
Yes,
this
yes,
is,
yes.
I think this is one of the things that makes whole us stronger. Yeah, this is really,
Absolutely.
yeah, this is really.
Absolutely. I was an introvert. Like, to be frank, to be honest, I didn't have that many friends,
Mhm.
and I had a couple of friends, but like you cannot connect with the people who don't share the same like
Yeah.
goals as you or passion as you. So, but now I actually am friends with great developers, and I can actually connect with them. I can relate to them. uh, I can share my jokes with them. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
We learn
it's
programming
amazing.
to understand the jokes. Programming jokes are really awesome. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Learning programming for
Yeah.
building the apps, but learn programming for understanding memes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have done this in a perfect way. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
yeah. So yeah, I'm really interested in understanding how is the developer community in India. So yeah, we have this Twitter and we have all these sort of things, but how do you feel the India community of developers?
Uh, you always feel incompetent, I think. Incompetent, that's the correct word, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is good.
Mm.
Everyone is one greater than you. It's really, actually, really competitive environment here in India. Like
Mm.
almost every third house there would be an engineer.
Mm.
It might be they might be a different kind of engineer, not particularly computer science,
Mm.
but nowadays even other stream engineers are also pursuing they are studying coding side by side, because most jobs are for programmers nowadays.
Mm.
So it's a really competitive environment here in India. You have to do something to, like, differentiate yourself from the crowd.
Mm.
uh, so I must say that it's really difficult in India, but uh,
You are really
we are trained this way
yeah.
from the childhood, so
Yes.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You
So
see that this is fine meme here. Have you
yeah.
seen that this is fine, that
Yeah.
everyone there is fire everyone, and that dog is this is fine?
Mm.
Have you seen that
Yeah,
meme?
yeah, 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 yeah. Understand this.
So
Yeah, of course.
that's the
That,
condition here in India.
that's the basic. What are you talking about? Is the basic. The basic. Yeah, the basic of memes. Yeah, the dog with the fire.
Eh, like everyone is very good. Everyone is good. You
Yeah.
have to really pull hard work,
Mm.
do something to differentiate yourself from the peers. I had very bad case of imposter syndrome before I joined Twitter. Like here in India, everyone is an engineer, everyone is pursuing studying doing competitive programming for Google, Microsoft. Now actually I'm friends with great developers in real life. They are pursuing they are in great companies, Fortune 500 companies, Amazon,
Mm.
Google, Microsoft, Facebook. Now you see them, and you obviously you will compare yourself with them. So you have to put hard work here in India. Absolutely.
Mm.
You cannot land a job if you are not working hard enough.
Okay. Yeah. I'd suggest to the people of India, maybe they will try a bit more DevOps things if they like, of course, because I think that in the next years this will be, I think, a really interesting skill that you could have, because
Absolutely.
I think that one problem is that you just code at low level. It's really it's fine, of course. You need to do that, but a lot of people do that. So of course this is the marketing rule. If there is you are like 1 billion and 300 millions, I think, in India now, or
I have no
or
idea.
400.
We
I don't
are
know.
second highest
So
in population, and
yeah.
might
Yes. So
become
no,
first
no, and this is no,
very soon.
yeah, and this is good. But yeah, but I think it also, of course, there are marketing laws that if there are so many people, I've seen something very crazy offers, like working almost for free for a month. I don't know if you posted
Uh,
something about that.
Absolutely,
This is
absolutely. It's
really
crazy. Like
crazy.
internship in engineering, you have to
Mm.
do at least one internship, or at least one internship in third year and fourth year. So I think there are two internships in
Mhm.
engineering. So imagine that everyone is an engineer
Mhm.
mostly, and everyone starts searching for an internship. Now, what internships companies see that obviously there are pool of engineers who are desperate to get an internship in a limited timeline. So basically, people are working for free to just get an internship certificate, which is also obviously not that useful. Experience is much better than a good project is much better than a crappy internship. Uh, that's unfortunate, but yes, that's the case. And you are right. The problem is that most of developers are doing low language. They're building console applications, or they are spending like 3 years, 4 years doing competitive programming, just DSA for landing a job, and they are not really building any application. Which I get it, that they will be trained in that company. If you land in Amazon, they train their employees in the tech stack that they will use in the job. But the problem is that not all of us, like I cannot do DSA for 3-4 years to land a job. I would start hating myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like development, so I'm building apps. I know that it might bite me in the butt later, but I cannot do something that I don't love. uh, so yeah, and absolutely you're correct about DevOps. And there are the DevOps culture is has started in India. We have communities here, like from Google, it's developer student clubs. So they promote their GCP, that Google Cloud Platform, like Microsoft student ambassadors. We use Azure. They train us in Azure, and then we host workshops and teach other developers in Azure. Like I'm pretty good with Azure by at this point. And Amazon has started something like this for AWS. So cloud is cloud training is really a thing now. So I
No,
think
it's
there's a huge scope in DevOps.
yeah, yeah. Of course, at least it's just at least to try to see if you like it. But I think at now in 2020, every developer should at least start just at least have a look at containerization and concepts like that. Yeah,
Absolutely,
at least
absolutely.
take a look. I
Docker will
mean,
will be used everywhere.
what is what is Docker? No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Yeah, yeah, it's really important.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's, no, yeah, it's really important because yeah, you and also if you use this in real world applications, you really will see the difference. Also, difference also in money. So it's also it's also interesting for managers now because if you save money, they say, oh, this is kind of a good technology. So this is really interesting for everyone. Yes, this is a part that I really love. So I think that I need to start again to making some tutorials, some videos soon. So
Absolutely.
I hope that they'll be out. Yeah, and so
The culture is actually changing. Like this pandemic, I think it will change the culture of just competitive programming. Like companies would want to hire someone that already have experience in such technologies, because it might become hard to train them uh, remotely, obviously. So I think this culture of just learning competitive programming and then applying for a job will change here in India. I can't say about the world, but here in India, I think they'll start uh, hiring on the base of your projects and your development experience, instead of just purely competitive programming, which is a good thing. And according to me, this is how things should work. So let's see.
let's see, let's see. Okay, so what's the time there now? It's almost
It's
12.
11:30.
11:30. Here is 7 a.m. So, so
Yes, Italy is
it's
four and
quite
a
early.
half hours behind
Yeah,
India.
yeah, yeah. So, I'd like to ask you, uh, what are your plans for the future? Do you plan your future or not? Do you have something in your mind? in next
I
month, next
have,
year, I don't know.
yes, actually, I have dreams. I don't plan like instantly, like this month I'll do this month. I actually do that now, actually.
Hmm.
But like, I have some dreams that I want to fulfill. Uh, the first, actually, the first, I'm saying actually too much. The first plan is to land a job. Uh, After December, I'll search for an internship, probably in Stack. And actually, I started JavaScript very recently, like 4 or 5 months ago, and I loved it. I don't touch Java at all.
Very good,
It's
very
like
good.
someone has unchained me from all the variable uh, types. It's
Yeah,
amazing. JavaScript is amazing.
yeah.
I'll 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 I love it, and I think I'll try TypeScript too. It will be a mixture of like Java and JavaScript. So I'm hoping that I'll probably enjoy TypeScript. Uh, and
You
now
will.
my plan is basically to land an to find an internship after December,
Okay.
and by the next year, June, July, I'll have to find a job. I actually want some experience working with people, so I want a job for that purpose, not for just for money. But
Mm-hmm.
I think a real world experience with working with people will really help me as a person. uh, and after that, I like content creation. I'm actually working on YouTube, my YouTube channel,
I
which I
know.
will launch
I'm
soon.
subscribed. I'm
Not,
subscribed.
thank you. But not soon enough. Actually, the thing is, I've been watching YouTube for a long time now, and I can say that I'm a perfectionist. So I want to create quality content, which I'm happy with. So it will take some time. And my end goal, can we can say that, to build a developer community, the best developer community, to be exact. uh,
Yeah.
I've been in this community for over 2 years, I think approximately 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been to meetups, I've been to hackathons. I know actually what are the flaws here, and so I actually want to build the best developer community, which I think I can build, hopefully. Uh, like, my favorite quote from Steve Jobs is that people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do it. So I'm
I
crazy
love
enough
that.
to think that I can create a best developer community. So I'm working on it, and hopefully I'll launch it in the beginning of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be perfect. So yes, yeah, these are my goals, and full and final, I want to work for Microsoft one day. It's my dream job. It's my dream company. I know that I'm not ready right now, but one day I might
Oh,
be.
yeah, no, but yeah, I've seen very good things about Microsoft recently in the last years. Yeah, the company changed their mindset. Yeah,
Exactly.
they are way more open source oriented. Yeah, I also
They
seen.
are now a leader in open source.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
they
and
changed.
they were totally against. They changed their mindset, and
Yeah,
for good.
yeah. I'm old enough to say that before Microsoft was seen like the evil that was so close to company. They wanted to make money. They had not so good. People didn't and developers didn't watch at them so good. And now they changed their
Absolutely.
mindset. Yeah, a lot of developers are now they like the what to do they do. Yeah, and
They redeemed themselves. You're right.
yeah, yeah.
They are now a
Have
leader
you
in
have you
open source.
have you seen the partnership with SpaceX with
Uh,
Azure
uh,
Space?
I heard about it, but I didn't read the complete article.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Azure,
amazing.
that's amazing. Actually, Azure is partnering with lot of countries. I think I am not sure. Please, I'm not sure about this, but mostly startups use AWS
I'm
because
not
it's
sure.
cheaper.
I'm not sure
Uh,
about
I,
that.
it's cheaper. I have not used it. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Uh, but I think that Azure has a bright future. AWS mostly people use because it's cheaper to deploy your application.
Mhm.
Uh, let's see what happens
Yeah.
in the future.
Mhm. Yeah, for example, I'm using Azure these days at my job, so yeah, I think that it's pretty good. We'll see. And so yeah, I don't want to make this course too long. I'd prefer to have you another time, maybe in some months. I don't know
I talk too
where.
much.
Yeah, no. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, I do this for you, so this is perfect. But yeah, I'd like to stay under 1 hour. So yeah, so I think that you can build a very good developer community. If you need any help, for example, we can put maybe some links in the description. You can send me later about this community. Where can we find that? How can we
Absolutely.
join? Yeah, also for me, I need to read more about this. And yeah,
Absolutely.
So I'm really it was really a pleasure for me to talk with you.
It's an
Yeah,
honor
I
for
hope.
me, man.
Yeah, I hope to have you again, maybe
Absolutely, absolutely.
sometime. Yeah, when you have something great that you're doing, you can just send me a message, and we can schedule this again. We schedule the episode 2, and yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Shukriya Nibhai. I would say that. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah.
You have
And
to teach me
so
how to say thank you in
yeah.
Italian.
Yeah. In Italian is grazie. Grazie.
Grazie.
Maybe you know this because maybe
I know, I've heard this.
grazie. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. So have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Yeah. Shukriya. And namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Let me stop.